Jesus makes it clear to Peter the difference in his plans and the intention of the plans of the enemy. The text tells us that Satan asked for Peter and desired to sift him. Notice what Jesus tells Peter. He says to him, "But I have prayed for you." This alone is a wonder. Jesus praying for Peter. It seems that we tend to lose sight of the fact that Jesus is our intercessor. This is one of the great gifts to the believer, to know that Christ is our intercessor. An intercessor is a go-between, one who intercedes on behalf by pleading and making petitions for those who face danger, despair, darkness, and difficulty. It was Isaiah's prophecy of Christ in chapter 53, verse 12, that tells us he himself bore the sins of many and interceded for the transgressors. Yes, beloved, we have a Christ praying for us. It's good to know that in him we have the strength of his power, but that we also have the supplications of his prayers on our behalf. Now, if you look at the text, it tells us that Christ prays a specific prayer for Peter, that his faith would not fail. He puts Peter on notice that his faith might falter, but it will not fail. Just as Satan desired to sift Peter, he also wants to sift and agitate us on the inside to the point that our faith completely collapses. But I want you to know we have the weapon of prayer. We have a God who we can pray to. We also have a Jesus praying for us. And the reason why our faith won't fail is not because we're so good. It's not because we have so much strength on our own. But it's because of the power of a praying Jesus who is making intercessions for us. Listen, don't be mistaken to think that the enemy won't use this time that we're in to sift you. He will use whatever moment or occasion to try to sift you. He will use whatever is happening on your life to try to cause your faith to completely collapse and to separate you from what God has in store for you. But while Satan wants to sift you, I want you to be encouraged because Christ is there to save you. And in case you didn't know, Jesus still saves. To the utmost, he still saves. Jesus tells Peter, when you have returned to me, strengthen your brothers. He gave Peter what some people would call a heads up. Let him know that even though your faith might falter and you might fall, but it won't fail. The Christ we have interceding for us can lift us from a place of faltering faith and bring us to the point where we have the fortitude of faith.